Welcome back, trainers. I hope you're doing well. If you played this Go Battle Weekend, let me know how you did in the comment section below. This team is incredibly strong, so if you need a Pokemon team for the Great League, this is the one. I'm running Lantern, Shadow Charizard, and a Shadow Machamp. This team has helped me gain over 300 ELO since I started playing it. Right here, we have an amazing lead. We have Lantern going up against, an Altaria. And also to quickly mention, guys, if you guys want to submit your battles so I can feature them in my channel, links in the description. And if you like the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. It really does help the channel grow, guys. So the first Thunderbolt went, and after learning from a couple previous battles, I no longer shield even if it's Moonblast. My Lantern is able to reach one more move. I think this is going to be like at 1 HP right here. And most of the time they don't even shield. All the battles that I've gone, they haven't shielded that second Thunderbolt. Now they're bringing Registeel, and it's perfect because we both have shields. Bring in my Shadow Machamp, they bring in Medi. I now switch into my Shadow Charizard for this Medi. And I'm going to go ahead and shield this. Very, very important for you guys to be able to count the moves. That way you guys can go ahead and, predict the correct move. You got a better chance. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and throw a Dragon Claw. He's going to go ahead and shield this for sure. He does shield it. And I believe this is going to be CMP right here. I'm going to go ahead and throw this. And I believe he's going to go ahead and shield again. Yep, he's going to go ahead and shield. And I'm going to go ahead and, I believe I'm going to shield this again. It's going to be a nice punch. And I'm going to go ahead and count. And right when it gets to 6, I believe that's when I'm going to go ahead and, yep, we CMP. Or no, never mind, that's not CMP. They threw a shot right there at us. And I'm going to go ahead and Dragon Claw. Now, I'm going to go ahead and now bring in my Machamp. And I'm going to go ahead and do a cross chop. This is going to do a ton of damage. And they're going to have to throw energy. So they're in a really bad spot right here. I'm almost going to be able to farm all the way down. And I think they realize they can't make it a 2 move. So GG right there. Moving on to the next match. We got Lantern going up against a Medicham. And right here, this is a good match. And I know in one of my previous videos, I said Lantern wins a 0 shield. But in this one, this was pretty interesting. Maybe I've gone up ahead some Medichams that maybe aren't as high in CP, because I know it does take some time to complete it, because I actually end up losing this this lead right here, because on a previous video I think 1 Thunderbolt and then 1 Surf was enough to bring him to that 1 HP mark for just 1 Spark. But in this case it doesn't happen that way. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Surf right here, and as you can see, it's not enough, definitely not enough. I will need like 3 Sparks right there. Or maybe, yeah, about 3 Sparks. So I'm going to let him take me out right here. That's completely fine. From right here, I'm going to bring the Shadow Charizard. I get 1 wing attack. And let's see what Pokemon they bring out. I am a little bit scared thinking they might hard counter me. But it's a Walrein, so seeing it's a Walrein, whatever they have in the back is definitely weak to Charizard. I'm going to go ahead and shield this right here. And I'm going to go ahead, I believe I'm going to throw the Blast Burn right here. I'm hoping that they don't shield. Maybe that they think I'm going to bait. And they shield it right away, so now I'm going to bring in the Machamp. And they reveal that they have a Trevenant in the back, so that's why they don't want to see Charizard going up against a Trevenant. So I'm going to do a Rock Slide, and it's going to do a ton of damage. And if I can go ahead and get 1 Cross Chop, it would take them out. So they are forced to throw right here. I believe they still have 1 more shield left. I'm not going to shield this. The Charizard's going to be able to take out this Trevenant. And right here, this is a big call. I wasn't counting. And I can't lose this shield. So I call the bait. It's a Seed Bomb. And right here, I have to shield this. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and I get to the Blast Burn a little over it. And now I'm going to go ahead and do a Dragon Claw. This is going to be very close right here. I wonder if I could have made up to get up to 2 Blast Burns. I don't think so. But anyhow, I do make it up to the Blast Burn right here. That might have been actually CMP right there. And this Blast Burn is going to be more than enough to take out this Walrein. Very close right there. Very close matchup. And moving on to the next one. We got Lantern going up against a Bastiodon. This isn't so bad, but I really don't like the matchup. And the worst part of it is I keep losing to Bastiodon leads with this team. So I think I see what I did wrong. And I'll go ahead and explain it to big guys. And also, just so you guys can be able to understand how the team works, I definitely recommend watching the majority of this video because there is a lot of battles. So right here, I'm not going to shield this. This is going to be a Stone Edge. And it doesn't do, Lantern is pretty bulky, so it doesn't do, it does do pretty good, but not that much. Honestly, I should have just gone ahead and kept the lantern there. I should have kept the lantern there because they were able to get a couple, I think like 2 Shadow Claws off before I switched there. Bad on my part. Right here, I'm not going to bait anything. I'm going to go ahead and go straight for the Blast Burn. But honestly, even though I switched, this was still definitely winnable. I believe he's going to bring back his Bastion and just farm me the rest of the way down. I think that's what's going to happen. Yep, he's going to bring the Bastion. I'm not going to be able to get... I was going to start trying to get to hopefully get to Blast Burn. Definitely not enough there. So right here, I'm not going to use any shields at all. Able to farm it down. It's looking pretty good, right? It's looking pretty good. They have a Medi in the back. So anytime you see a Bastion team, they're for sure... I'm telling you, they're going to have a Medi. So I was not thinking at that time. They're going to have a Medi in the back. I do have a lot of energy. I'm going to do Surf right here. And I think what I'm trying to figure out... I think definitely not staying in for that Sableye costed me. I feel like that costed me. I should have stayed in, knowing there's a Medi in the back. Should have saved that Charizard. Should have done my best to hopefully take out that Sableye with all the energy the Lantern had. So I think that was definitely my mistake. And because they were able to... I thought that they weren't at a move just yet. But because they were able to get that power-up punch just right there... if they hadn't gotten that power punch just yet, I felt like I had a chance to have won this match. If I had gotten to that one last cross chop right there, I just couldn't get to it. Anyway, very well played on our opponent's part. Good game right there. On to the next one. We got Lantern going against a Machamp. So I'm just going to go ahead and go straight Surf. Every time I reach it, I'm going to go ahead and do Surf here. And what's actually crazy, so we CMP right here. So it seems like me getting to Surf, I think we both get to the move at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and do the Surf right here. I shielded that first one. I know they're going to shield for sure. And I'm going to go ahead and do another Surf. From this range, I know it's not enough to take me out. Very close, but not enough to take me out just yet. So that's why I don't shield. I know that they're going to shield for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and do Surf right here. They will get a little bit of farm, but that's fine. It's not going to be too much. They're going to get like... So, turns out I actually don't want to get any farm at all. So, because they're down 2 shields, I bring in Shadow Charizard because our opponent being down shields, Shadow Zard, dude, is insane. Look at that. Almost takes out the Noctowl. They will be able to get to a move, but that's fine. I'm going to shield this, farm the rest of the way down, and then if they bring back the Machamp, I'm just going to go ahead and throw Dragon Claw right away. I think they're like 3 counters to a Cross Chop. And right here, our opponent is debating what they're going to do. It's taking a little bit right here. I know it's not lag. They finally decided to bring in their Pokemon. It's a Pelipper, and this is how strong Shadow Charizard is, guys. It's insane. Look, I'm going to go ahead and do this Blast Burn, and I know Pelipper is pretty glassy, but still, we go ahead and CMP right here. This is a big CMP right here. We take out the Pelipper, and now they bring back their Machamp. They know they can't win, and they go ahead and concede the match right there. I really love the way I played that match. On to the next one, we got Lantern against an Altaria. So right here, we're going to play out the match the same way. We're going to go ahead and, once we get to Thunderbolt, we're going to go ahead and throw it. I wonder if in this match, our opponent does switch. It is possible. Then go ahead and do the first Thunderbolt. I haven't seen shields at all. I don't bait at all with this matchup at all. I just want to go straight Thunderbolt, guys. Right here, I wonder if he switches. This is going to be, I think, Moonblast or Dazzling Gleam. We're going to find out. It's going to be a Moonblast. And our opponent does switch to their own Lantern. I'm going to go ahead and just do my own Thunderbolt right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch out to my Machamp. It doesn't do as much because I did get a debuff there. And now I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Machamp. I'm going to shield this right here. I'm going to get him to a range where I know the Cross Chop will take him out, or come very close to. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Cross Chop right here. Boom. They shield that. And I'm going to go ahead. I believe I'm going to shield this again. I'm going to shield this again. And I know that I'm going to throw it before they get to move. I know I'm not going to be able to get until... I'm not going to be able to farm all the way down. I don't think I was going to be able to. And they choose to shield there. Surprisingly, they choose to shield there. If it's Surf, I think we can still live. It is Surf, and we're like at 1 HP. We get 1 counter off take him out. And right here, bringing the Charizard. I know I normally, I kind of normally wait, but the Lantern's already about to go down, so there's really no point. They bring in a Medi. This is perfect. I know they're gonna try and catch. They get to move right here. Because they get to move, I know they're gonna switch right away, so I'm not gonna throw this Blast Burn. I'm gonna go ahead and I waited, and patience does work out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do Dragon Claw from this range. It's gonna be able to take out this Altaria. And we have a ton of energy saved, so this Blast Burn from this range is gonna take out this Medi right here. Honestly, Zard is the MVP of this team. Once shields are down, it goes off, guys. And I believe that's gonna be the first set, 4 out of 5. Moving on to the next matchup. Anytime you see like a grass lead, anything like that, you want to switch out to Machamp. Machamp, for the most part, will be the safe swap in this team. Because what I've learned, you don't want to reveal your hard counter. You don't want to, like, if I could have gone Charizard, Trevenant, but they would have countered me right away. So this is kind of more of a neutral matchup. And although I could have won this match, but I end up, so I shield this first one. And I'm going to go ahead and do my cross chop. I'm going to just try to farm a little bit. I'm hoping that they're going to let it go. But they want to switch advantage. And honestly, I should have just... actually, it doesn't get... it's not so bad just yet. I'm going to shield this. I'm going to shield this right here. And I'm going to go ahead and farm down. Now, what I should have done, once I farm down, I'm going to go ahead and throw the Rock Slide right away. Trevenant comes out, and because Trevenant came out, I should have known they were weak to Machamp in the back. What I should have done is swap right away to my Shout Charizard. I might have been able to snipe it. You see, I almost got to a cross chop right there. So they automatically switched to their G-Fisk now. So if I had just swapped out to my Charizard, I would have had a big chance, because most of the time, you know, once an opponent switches on you, you're kind of like left in like kind of like I'm not sure how to describe it, but you don't like tap right away. You're kind of like in your head, you're like, well, they just switched on me, like, and you're like trying to figure out what they're gonna do. So I could have brought out the Charizard. I think I would have been able to snipe it from that range. And if I had done that, I would have still had Shadow Machamp at a pretty good amount of health there to, I think, would have reached another cross chop. Anyway, it is what it is. Our opponent played very well right there. Now we're going to go ahead, a Lantern against a Mantine. This is a really good lead for us. They swap out right away to the G-Fisk, and I'm going to bring in Shadow Machamp. And this is why most of the teams right now, they're running a G-Fisk, so that is why I have a Machamp. It does very well, and the Rock Slide does really well against flying types as well. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to shield this because it's most likely going to be an Earthquake. I haven't seen anyone bait a Rock Slide. So it's going to be Earthquake. And we have a really healthy Machamp right now. And I don't remember what Pokemon they're going to bring back out. I don't even remember what the lead was right here, but our opponent is taking its time. They bring in a Mantine. Right here, I did mess up. I decided to throw a Cross Chop. When I was playing, I did notice that my counters weren't doing damage to it, so I'm not sure what I thought. Maybe it was going to do a decent amount of damage still. Right here, they knew that I was going to throw a Rock Slide. So misplay on my part, just should have done the Rock Slide. Should have done the Rock Slide. Bubble Beam's enough to take us out. I go ahead. I know that they're running Ice Beam and Bubble Beam. So they could be running Aerial Ace, but that's still not going to do anything to me. But it's just a Bubble Beam. And they now bring in their Machamp. I took a little bit to switch there, but that's okay. Counting the moves there. I'm just going to go ahead and throw a Dragon Claw as soon as I get to it. Because I know they're going to shield. They don't want to have their Pokemon lined up to my Lantern. They don't want that. Right here, we CMP. We CMP, and I know they're going to... I think they have one more shield. They shield again. So from this range, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shield. Going to shield right here. And they're... Oh, never mind. Okay, so I don't shield here. I think I was probably recalling another match. I don't shield because I wanted them to just kind of waste all of their energy. And I know from this range, his Thunderbolt's going to be able to take them out. There's nothing that the Mantine's going to do to us at all. And there it is. Our opponent decides to leave the match. On to the next one. Lantern against Abomasnow. And here is another perfect example, guys. So I'm not going to bring the hard counter. I'm not going to bring Machamp. I bring the Charizard. They bring in their Swampert. And they were really late in switching. I get to the Blast Burn. I believe we CMP right here. And check it out, guys. This is awesome. This is the highlight of the video. So if you stuck around, guys, you just watch a Shadow Swampert almost get nuked with just that one shot, with Blast Burn. One winning attack is enough to be able to take him out after that. And our opponent says, I'm out of here. Bro, that was honestly the highlight. The highlight for me when I was playing those battles. Now we win a really good lead against. We got Lantern against a Noctowl. They switch out. And from this, I know that most of the time I wait too long before they switch out. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I want them to throw energy. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this Thunderbolt. I'm gonna wait for them to throw a move because I know it's gonna be the Thunderbolt. And now what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna bring in the Machamp. I know they still have a bit of energy, but this is a lot better. This is a lot better. And they're gonna do, this is just a Surf right here, but that's fine. I shield it. So now we're both 1-1 shields. I try to get him to a good enough range right here to where it's gonna almost take him out. And I think they don't shield. They don't shield. That's fine. And right here, I don't remember if I shield. Okay, so I end up shielding because this Machamp is still pretty healthy. It's gonna be threatening. So they're gonna bring in a Azumarill. So that's a bit scary. That's a bit scary here. So I'm gonna do a Rock Slide, which will do a pretty good amount of damage. This is why I love Shadow Machamp. And it's just, wow, Azumarill is just so bulky. And we get to another Rock Slide. They allow us to get to another Rock Slide. I know they had a move already right there. They had a move. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, because I switch out to my Charizard. I just want to take out their energy. Charizard is not going to do anything for us in this matchup. And look, takes the Ice Beam like a champ. And the Azumarill wastes all of their energy on my Shadow Charizard. That's exactly what I wanted. It's done its job, and now I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Lantern. They bring in their Noctowl. They're going to have to get to a Shadow Ball, so now it's just going to be a race. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and get to a Surf. Do my best to get to a Surf. With CMP, Lantern beats Noctowl CMP, so this Surf, I'm wondering if it's enough, and it's enough to take it out. So now it's looking really good, but surprisingly, our opponent didn't stick around. I wonder if we would have gone to the movie for it. I would have thrown a Surf. I would have been kind of scared to try to go to with Thunderbolt. Anyway, I believe this is the last match. So if you guys stuck around for this whole time, you guys are amazing. And they end up swapping. And this is honestly, this is where you want to have your Charizard aligned with. If you wanted to get aligned with their Medi, if they have a Medi, I immediately throw the Dragon Claw. I don't even work for wait till we get to a Blast Burn. I think I counted enough. I knew this was a Psychic. They got to like 8 counters, so I knew this was a Psychic. Shield right there perfectly, and from right there, I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can get away with the Blast Burn. Doing the Dragon Claw would have been fine, but I wanted to see if they were gonna shield this. And wow, they actually shielded that, and I'm still counting, and they get to 8 again, so I know it's gonna be Psychic. I shield that from right here. I'm gonna be able to farm all the way down. So they allowed me to get so much farm, and now they're gonna go ahead and bring out a Marowak, and this Blast Burn is going to do a ton of damage to this Marowak. We're good all the way to resist it. Check it out. So it gets into half HP. Now bringing the Lantern. They probably didn't realize. I was playing this dude. I don't even know. I felt like I was just like at my best, at my peak this weekend. Take out the Surf. And now they're able to have an Azumarill. So they end up giving. I'm telling you, this team made so many trainers give up this weekend. Did an amazing job with this one. Almost at veteran, guys. I really hope that I can upload a veteran video, me reaching veteran this week. Again, I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks again. I'll see you guys on the next one.